Do you know what's really frustrating about today? I haven't been at the charts. It's really depressing. It's like massively depressing. NASDAQ never jumps 12% when I'm trading. I get into euphoric states when I manage to grab NASDAQ with a 2.5% gain on NASDAQ. I'm like, yo, man, that is crazy. The day I say I'm not going to trade because FOMC minutes and this story with China and Trump, don't like it, not interested, I walk away from the chart straight after the New York Live. And this happens. I mean, my days, bro. Really? Even XRP flipping moved. And yeah, I did say sell XRP. Sell it as it goes up. I didn't include that last bit. I just sell it as it goes up. You don't sell it when it goes down. You sell it goes up. What the fuck's happening? Like, this is absolutely wild. 3 hours before the pump, Donald Trump posted on Truth Social, it's a great time to buy stocks. Then he pauses on the tariffs. If there's insider trading, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. And it's not even insider trading. He just said two things. He said, great time to buy stocks. An optimistic president. Yeah. Last time Biden said that, the markets were like, what's this guy talking about? And then all of a sudden, you then see this massive surge because the tariffs were paused. But they're only paused on the complying countries. Do you understand what it means to have an additional 125% on top with the tariff for China has gone to 125%? Like, are you serious? And the stock market's like, yeah, baby. Are you sure that the fact that the Fed now is not going to be cutting any rates at the next meeting? And the market's like, yeah, baby. I'm perplexed. Honestly. It's not making sense, bro. I'm just there like, what the hell? I was traveling whilst this madness was unfolding. I see a post on X. Trump said, buy US stocks. All right, cool. Dismissed it. Carried on driving. And then, of course, later on, I come back, come to the charts. Let's see if we can exploit anything. And then this fat erection occurs on XRP. This madness occurs on the Bitcoin. The madness occurs on the NASDAQ. Just to put into perspective, one of the setups today on the NASDAQ was favoring price to the upside. What a... And with Bitcoin, I was expecting Bitcoin to initiate a stop run up to come down. It just said no and went just to the upside. It just said, no, thank you. Let's just go back up. Let's just recover every single vector candle that we've got in sight and just keep going up. Jokes aside, ladies and gentlemen, we are actually in a very, very interesting time right now. Okay. Going into the news, they are saying that euphoria has come into play. One single day, the NASDAQ's moved up 12% nearly, okay? Now, you may have heard me talking about this, and I've said that we are looking for accumulation days to occur on the NASDAQ, because if you're buying stocks now to hold on to them for the longer future, then this is what you need to see. Quickly go and bring it up. Let's have a look at what's going on. MicroStrategy smashed it today, didn't they? Mr. Saylor's pretty happy. NASDAQ is up. Here we go. One proper accumulation day above the 50-day average. There is one, okay? We need 3 more by the principle of William J. O'Neill to suggest that we're going in for a bull run. But don't you want to ask yourself the question, like, he's pausing the tariffs. He ain't stopping the tariffs. So that means you've got effectively a bit of price action, favorable price action going into the next 3 months. But hold on a second, bruv. Tomorrow, CPI data. The Fed speakers today were even saying, yeah, we think that inflation is still going to be a problem. We're expecting the economy to slow down. Fuck it. The market said no. Forget you, man. What are you talking? Economy. We don't need an economy. We just need to get our money from our pockets and just put it into the market. We got Trump. What do you want me to say to you? Buy Bitcoin. No, that would be quite kind of reckless, but just be mindful, man. These are very, very difficult times. And I finished my trading this morning. Okay. I finished my trading this morning on the live to you. That was me done for the day. And then I come back and see this BS. Honestly, man, with the options plays that I put out, and I'm buying had like 50 contracts, 4 positions. This move alone could have netted me, and this is shoulda, woulda, coulda, but it's nice to just think about what could have been, it would have been about an 80 grand day for me. In an hour. In 1 hour, bro. I quit. I had it there, man. I wanted it to go up. I just said, no, I can't trade today. Like I took my trade this morning. I did it. And then Any questions? I'm keeping this live short and sweet. What do you want me to tell you? Bitcoin's pumped. If you're in profit right now, please take something just in case, because we know Trump's about with the good old pump and dump scenarios. Just remember, China is going to wake up very soon. Okay. And it was yesterday when China said, it was about 11 o'clock in the UK. They said, we're going to put on a good old tariff on the US. So let's just anticipate that tonight they don't do anything. I mean, do you actually think China's going to be like, you're pausing the tariffs for everyone else, and you're not going to pause it for us? You're adding to the tariff, and we're going to sit there like wet fishes and just be like, yeah, bro, stay orange. That's not what's going to be happening, I don't think. We need 3 more days of this BS. We really do. We do need 3 days. Showing your hate? Huh? Yeah, the spreads were wild, to be fair. Regarding Tino, BTC, the crash, there's what? What happened to Bitcoin dominance? Crash? No, it hasn't crashed. Oh, wait, tap 63.5. I mean, that is pretty crazy, but it hasn't crashed. Anything else? 3,000 ticks in 1 minute. I know, it's madness. Yeah, Trump, listen, jokes aside, ladies and gentlemen, this thing about, oh, here we go. Just him. Wait a second, let's confirm that. Oh, he's signing executive orders. Hold on, he's signing executive orders.
Thank you.
Next up, sir, we have a series of executive orders and a memorandum all relating to deregulation, which has obviously been a major priority of your administration. The first of these is an executive order. The Biden administration launched what you've called a war on showers. They had certain regulations that basically killed the water pressure of showers.
War on showers, bro.
Other water appliances.
You can say it. Go ahead. What are the appliances?
I mean, it's everything, sir.
Sinks and toilets,
dishwashers, toilets, sinks. But the shower heads are a huge deal.
There's no water. You don't get water. It's ridiculous.
So with this executive order, we're effectively going to be reversing that set of regulations to ensure that Americans have choice in the consumer market. If they want a low-flow shower head, they can buy one. If they want a real deal shower head, they should have the ability to get one.
If you buy a new house, you pay a lot of money, and the developers, you're not allowed to do anything more. They put restrictors on. They used to have a restrictor where you could take it out.
Story time.
and you take a shower or wash your hands, whatever you do, including dishwashers where no water comes out. But you wash your hands, and in my case, I like to take a nice shower to take care of my beautiful hair. And I have to stand under the shower for 15 minutes till it gets wet. It comes out drip, drip, drip. It's ridiculous. And what you do is you end up.
Bro,
washing
he's
your hands
pumped
5
the
times
market
longer.
today, and we're talking about his shower
And we're gonna
routine.
Open it up so that people can live, and we're going to hopefully have Congress approve it so it's memorialized. We're going to try and get all of these things, including straws, a little thing like straws. We did straws a month ago. They were dissolving. They weren't working well. And we went back to the plastic straws. We're going to get Congress to memorialize just about everything we've done here, because most of it's common sense. But the water is horrible. When you go into anytime you see a new faucet, you know it's going to be a long wash of the hands. And so we're changing. It's a big deal. I did it in the first administration. Biden came in his first week, and he had no idea what he was doing, but somebody told him to do it. In his first week, he put the restrictions on all the bathroom utilities. Even in areas that have so much water, they don't know what to do with it. You see those areas all the time with the flooding. So we're doing that, and we're going to get all of the things that you've seen. I think we set a record. We're up to almost 200 and 500 amendments. Nobody's ever done that. We're going to get them approved by Congress so they're memorialized. And we look forward to doing that. It's very important. And Congress is going to start working on it as soon as we get the big, beautiful deal done. The big, beautiful deal is important. The biggest tax cuts in the history of our country, that's important.
All right, Trump, sign something else. Come on. Yes, thank you. Yes, yes. How to manipulate a market.
It's a 10.
Go it, my sir.
We rate the signatures.
You got to rate him, though, man.
That's why.
You've got
This
to.
is another executive order relating to deregulation, sir. There are a lot of regulations on the books that either promote monopoly directly or prevent new market entrants from entering into a given market. The net effect of that is very negative for consumers. So what this executive order is going to do is direct your departments and agencies to work with the FTC, with the Attorney General, with the Department of Justice, to ensure that the regulations we have on the books don't function as anti-competitive barriers to new market entrants. The net effect of all of that is going to hopefully be market forces that redound to the benefit of consumers and ordinary Americans, as opposed to monopolists.
He actually mentioned this earlier on about NVIDIA.
I said yesterday.
Where was it? Wait.
He was a great, great student at Harvard before it went bad. It's
Story
gone
time.
bad. Now they're teaching their students mathematics, basic mathematics. Can you believe it? So what does that mean? They're allowing people in that can't add 2 and 2?
Can't see
What's
it.
going on at Harvard?
I went to law school there, sir, and it was pretty liberal when I was there, but it's gone way off the deep end in recent
I
years.
don't know if you read that. They're teaching them basic mathematics. People that got accepted to Harvard. How come they got accepted if they don't have mathematics?
Is this an old video? If it's old, it's old. All right, guys, don't know what it is, man, but I just saw it on the live stream, and for some reason, it's come up as it's an old video. It's an old video. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, okay, so let's just quickly go and quickly have a look at some things over here. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. What's it doing? All right, so you've got a nice big move up, and if it's going to continue higher, ladies and gentlemen, just take the midpoint of this vector candle zone right here, and just take that. And if it's going to continue, and they like the idea of it, retrace continuation back up. Just remember, China has to react to what this tariff story is, and it's very interesting to see what he's actually done and how the market has reacted. You do not get days like this on the stock market, not when it's. I mean, when it happens straight away, it's just crazy, and there has to be a really valid reason for it. So, in essence, what the market is saying to investors today is, for the next 3 months, it's going to be all good because we're not going to talk about tariffs. But in the meantime, we're going to have negotiations with various other countries who are compliant. We're going to only stop the tariffs for certain countries, but we're going to make sure that we're sticking it to China. And given that if you do have trade wars with China, you're probably going to impact 80% of the supply chain on all products around the world. So yeah, it makes sense why the market is pumping up, because investors don't care if the supply chain doesn't work, which proves to you that they only want your money. So pay yourselves accordingly. All right. Anything else? What's the Fed watch, bro? This morning, what was it, ladies and gentlemen? No Fed cuts. That's what it's at, ladies and gentlemen. Back to 82%. They ain't cutting no rates. So you've got high interest rates for longer periods of time. You've got the tariffs on pause. You've got China that's going to end up putting another bit of a tariff on top. Things are going to be expensive. Barkin saying today that inflation is going to be a problem and the economy is going to slow down and the employment market is also going to come into play. Thousands of federal workers are going to get laid off. Market doesn't care. That's what you're dealing with. Nothing's making sense. So when you make money in the game, take it. Because you ain't going to have these big candlesticks for long. If we get tomorrow, the same. If tomorrow comes in and it's like a 3% day, awesome. After that, one more day of accumulation, your bull market, in my opinion, would be back on. In my opinion, it would be. And this would have been the fattest dip, 20% correction, fat dip, yippee-ki-yay. Some of the other guys will be like, no, Tino, it's actually still in line with our trend line. Trend line 1, trend line 2, and trend line 3. Not knocking trend lines. I'm just saying to you what people are looking at right now. All right? Trend line 4. So we zoom in. At some point, price is going to do something at these points. But that's what the narrative is. Like, that's how people would be looking at it. Okay? So just take that into consideration, jokes aside and what have you. Do you think China's reaction can have a strong effect on Bitcoin? Trump paused the tariffs for 90 days. It will have a strong impact, but it all depends on what China does. What else can China do? But the thing is, guys, this is what I'm saying. You've got to be very careful. What if the market doesn't give a damn? That's the problem. If the market doesn't care, and this is truly a sell the rally story, just take something. Because jokes aside, guys, right? I've got to try and keep you guys entertained and not be the boring, well, Bitcoin's made a move to the upside. Well. The realistic story right now is the interest rates are going to stay the same. There is no expectation of cutting. And the less expectations we have of cutting gears us towards the possibility of an increase. Can't say that they won't do it because they have done it before. Your bonds are in crisis. The yields are shooting up. I mean, if we just go and actually look at the yields themselves, they did fare off pretty well today, didn't they? Why are the yields still up? Why are the yields still up? Why ain't no one buying bonds? But the NASDAQ and the S&P are up nearly 12%. It's not making sense. This doesn't show me that investors are concerned. This is euphoric. This is emotional. Now, if this is going to hold weight, then whatever candlestick you have seen that's made a move to the upside, it has to retain it. Otherwise, in like good old crypto fashion, whenever Trump says something good, the market reacts and comes back. Look at the logic. If they are encouraged to sell the rallies, this would be a perfect time to sell, assuming that you've still got stock. So just take that into consideration. Hopefully Bitcoin flies to the moon and let it sail amongst the stars. You can go with XRP and BNB and fucking H-bar, whatever. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, mad love and respect. I hope you can make any sense of that. And if you can make sense of this, hit me up in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen, because I ain't got a flipping clue as to why. Well, we know why, but I'm just saying to you, man, just pay yourselves. And I said sell XRP, didn't I? That was in the live this morning. Do the same again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Take care of yourselves. Mad love and respect. Hit the like button, subscribe, and